Let's go to April Rain now. April was the creator of Oscars So White, a Twitter hashtag which mocked the lack of diversity at the Oscars and became a movement fighting for fair representation and recognition of people of colour in film. She eventually became the managing director of BroadwayBlack.com and the editor-at-large at New Tribe magazine, platforms that speak to people of colour and celebrate their achievements. April has been a guest before on Checkpoint. She is a fantastic commentator on the US. And April, you are joining us now. It's lovely to have you back with us. Thank you for being part of our coverage of this most unexpected, surprising, and I suspect you might think dispiriting election night. How are you going, April?
It's been a very long night. We will keep the faith. All of the votes have not been counted yet, so we are still hopeful that Hillary Clinton will pull it out at the end.
What's happened, April? What has gone on? And as you say, the votes haven't all been counted, but even the extent to which Trump is doing so well in the key swing states, why?
I'm not really sure. He's definitely doing better than everyone, including fellow, including fellow Republicans thought he would. I think part of it is there has been part of this is an anti-Obama vote. So those who have been disappointed and disgruntled with President Obama for whatever reason, either based on policy reasons or because they just didn't like him or didn't want him to be in the White House, wanted to get as far away from him as possible and viewed Hillary perhaps as an Obama third term. So that's part of it. Others were, very interested in the fact that Mr. Trump is a businessman, and so they found that appealing, despite the fact that he's had several bankruptcies. So we'll have to figure. I think a lot of analysis is going to be done, regardless of who ends up winning the election. There will be a lot of analysis in the weeks to come about how this actually happened.
April, will some of the analysis be about the extent to which America is divided on race lines? Trump seems, on the face of it, to have just done so well with blue-collar whites. Hispanics, we know, were supporting Hillary Clinton. African Americans are predominantly Democrats. You don't want to make glib generalizations about any group on the basis of ethnicity, but that is probably a fair thing to say. How can those polarities, how can those differences, how can those divisions possibly be reconciled now?
I honestly don't know, because Donald Trump sort of stirred up this ugly underbelly of racial intolerance that we have in this country. And it's not just based on race. It's also based on immigrant status. It's also based on the LGBT community. Donald Trump really went scorched earth with respect to all marginalized communities during his entire campaign. So absolutely, race is part of it. But those who are voting based on race or who are intolerant have always been there. It's just that Donald Trump and those of his supporters have pushed them to the forefront.
Did you think Hillary Clinton was going to do this? Did you believe she'd done enough to win?
I knew that it would be a tough uphill battle. I think that President Obama, when he won, especially in 2008, was very strategic with respect to the electoral college and the number of votes needed. And so it wasn't about the popular vote for him. He knew where he had to win. And I'm not sure that Hillary Clinton took advantage of that type of analysis the way she could have. So I knew it was going to be close. I honestly did not think it was going to be this close. And so we'll be biting our nails for the next couple of hours to see what happens.
Well, April Rain, one of the great things about this campaign and this year has been meeting you and having you on Checkpoint. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for your insight and your time and your humanity and generosity. It's been a pleasure every time we've spoken to you. Thanks, April.